G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for part number 26 of my cold dual-wielding Reaper playthrough. This episode we're going to be heading into the city of Malmouth and probably finishing the expansion, and then after that we'll maybe do a little bit of farming. So we're up to level 95 now, the build is coming together very nicely, we are quite high damage, and yeah, it's all just kind of working out. Considerably better than I expected when I started this, but you know, I'll take it. So, first order of business for today is to get into the sewers and get to the hideout for the Malmouth resistance. So let's get underway. Probably skip a lot of this stuff. Maybe not. Maybe we're heading back. You know, this guy's got stars above his head, and that means he needs to die. So, there he goes. And now we're heading into the sewers. Now, in the sewers, there is a lot of... Ooh, honored with... Okay, you know what? That's fine. As soon as we get to the resistance hideout, we're going to go and buy that writ, or whatever it's called. Also, I feel like I'm missing... Yeah, here we go. Missing some auras and such around myself. Can't remember why I turned that off, but anyway, we'll just put it back on. Okay, most of this stuff, honestly, I don't need to kill. But hey, XP is XP, right? So we can zip through here pretty quickly, at least in theory. If there was something to zip to, that would be great. Here we go. There's something we can zip to. And then we just continue on our way. Now, the sewers here are... They do have stuff in them that's worth doing. The problem is that for this character, we don't need any of the stuff from in here. So killing things in here is just for XP and, you know, maybe some iron bits or whatever. There's no targets in here, there's no quests in here, we're just trying to get through it. So, if we just do that... rep with the Black Legion, pretty nice. Here we go. What's your name? Balgargle the Plague Bearer. Okay, sure, why not? Interesting names. Like I said, there is stuff in here that we could do. I could go in there and kill Galacros. The problem with that is that I don't need his MIs. I don't really even need the faction reputation from him. And paying Dynamite to get in there to do something that don't really need to do just seems like a waste of dynamite. Having said that, I've got 10. I actually thought I had more than that, so anyway. But yeah, it does just kind of seem like a waste of dynamite. So let's just go through here. We have indeed made it to the hideout, which is where we want to be. You two definitely need to go. I think the guards here would eventually kill them, but then I would miss out on the reputation. Speaking of reputation, can I am the army, mate. Can I actually buy this without talking to him? Let's have a look. Yes I can. Okay, so the writ of the people of Malmouth. It's definitely what I want. Now, I don't think I want any of the items here. I'm just going to have a quick look, though, because at the moment Grimtools is actually down at the moment, so I can't even look at what the plan was, because, well, I can't access Grimtools. So hopefully that's fixed soonish. Yep, already ate the writ. So let's go ahead and turn this in. I've been sent to help, Black Legion's coming, blah blah blah, thank you very much, next quest. And yes, we will indeed go and lower the bridge and blow up your wagons. No problems at all. So the Candle District has a lot more interesting stuff in it than the sewers do, that's for sure. Let's go bank all of this. Okay, so the sewers. Sorry, the Candle District here. We've got a couple of quests out here. We have the 3 wagons to blow up. We have some dynamite to go and collect. Aether crystals and shards, you can never have enough of those, so it's always worth collecting them. And I do need to keep an eye on the map here. I always, not always, whenever I'm not explicitly thinking about it, I always miss this first wagon. So I'm explicitly thinking about it. I did just see it pop up on the map there. So we're going to go get that. We've got what's-his-face with the two kids up here as well. So we'll get to see if he wants to live today or not. Usually he wants to die. I'm not sure why. Seems like with a 50-50 you would get about 50-50 on results, but it seems like I tend to get about 70-30. Anyway, we'll see if he wants to live today, and if not, then, well, it's kind of fine. We have 5 skill points remaining. I think there's another 5 skill points available after that from various quests. The two options I'm really considering here is Reaping Strike. Reaping Strike here. All of that vitality, every single drop of it is being converted to cold damage, so getting more would be good. The other thing I'm considering is Spectral Wrath for the same reason. All of that vitality damage is being converted to cold. Either one of those would be fine. If we go over to Nightblade, more points in Dual Blades, not really. It's not really going to give us huge amounts of physical resistance. 6 more points here will get me an extra 3% physical resist, which, yeah, it's nice, but it's kind of not a big deal. The other major nodes here that I'm interested in is Lethal Assault, which is hard-capped, Shadow Dance, which is hard-capped, I guess we call that soft-capped. I've put as many points in them as I can, so putting more in there is not something I can do. And same with Night's Chill. I can't put any more in there. The rest of this stuff I'm kind of not interested in. Execution is already actually hard-capped. I could put another point into Mark of Torment here. That would put me at the, I guess, soft cap, but 10 points out of a potential 10. It only gets me 1% damage absorption though, and I'm going to be honest, I'm considering dropping it because I keep forgetting to use it. Probably won't, but having those 9 points available to go into, for example, Spectral Wrath here, that would definitely help with clearing large groups. Spectral Wrath does a lot of damage, especially if you're converting it to the same type of damage as, for example, we are shredding. So, what are we actually going to spend these points on? I think I'm just going to put them into Reaping Strike for now. The alternatives are not really impressive. We've kind of got everything we need at this point, and we're just adding marginal benefits. The Necrotic Edge is kind of good. The downside, of course, of Necrotic Edge, adding more points into it, is we're already above 100% chance to trigger weapon pool skills, which means more points in Necrotic Edge is actually reducing the chance of getting the 2 that I actually want to proc. So, you know what? We're going to go play with stuff. Am I going to take those points out of Mark of Torment? I think I have to leave them. We're playing hardcore. Taking those points out is actually a bad idea. So we've got... What is this? This is 30%. This is 25. So that's 55. We need to come up with another 45%. That's 19. That's, what's that, 38? And then this is way over what I need. Yeah, so I'm going to take that point out. I'm seriously tempted to take one of these out as well. That would put me below 100%, which is not ideal, but it would increase the chance of our main ones being used by decreasing the chance of these being used. If I was going to take one of these out, it would definitely be Belgothian Shears. Let's actually do that and just see how we go. So we got 55 plus 19, that's 65, plus another 9, 74. That's 89 plus 3. So we're up to 92%. Okay. 92, and then that's 94. Can I get another 6% on this? How many points would it take? Let's find out. Let's drop this down to 1 point. What did I say I needed? Another 6%, right? 50, 75, 85, 94. Yes, another 6%. So if I can get this up to 26%, I'm 1 point short, aren't I? No, that's hard capped. Okay. We're going to go with 99%, and we'll just have a less effective Mark of Torment for a bit. That's kind of okay. It's not great. It's not ideal. But it's probably going to be fine. Is there anywhere I could take points out to put them back in here? Probably not. I mean, there definitely is, but no. Right, let's continue on. So, more offensive power on an already very offensively powerful character. Definitely won't cause any issues later on, especially since we just reduced our defenses to do it. That's not going to be a problem at all. Okay, alright, I don't mean any harm, I'm not a monster. Oh, he's... alright. I can open a rift gate. He's decided to live today. I mean, I still don't really care, if I'm being honest. It's no skin off my back if he wants to live or die, actually. Alright, so let's continue pushing our way through here. Okay. Aether crystals, or aether shards, that's all good. So the way I usually do this area is I walk along the top here. There is a guaranteed dynamite along the top here. There's also a lot of aether crystals, which, I mean, anyone who's watched the channel for more than about 20 seconds knows I love some aether crystals. This dynamite is guaranteed here, so I'm going to grab that every time. Also going to kill a lot of this stuff in here. There's kind of no point going up there, so I'm not going to bother. However, I am going to check over here for... Yep, there it is. One lovely treasure trove. Here it is. And I've just remembered... Hey, there's a double rare. Lovely. I've just remembered the reason we're out here is actually the wagons. And if you remember, I said I usually just walk straight past the first wagon. Well, guess what I just did? That's right, if you guessed walk straight past the thing you just said you were going to walk straight past, that is indeed what I did. So we're going to go back for that before I get too far in front, or too far away from it, and it becomes an issue to come back. We'll go and bash that just here. Lovely, easy, all done. Aether shard collected as well. You love to see it. And I did indeed see... Is it Unasteria the Storm Touched? Is that one of Anasteria's aliases? Who knows? We might be able to get through over here. Nope, definitely. Oh, maybe. Well, this is where the totem is. Yeah, okay, I definitely can get through this way then. Olana Everfreeze the Frozen. And a regenerator. And something else that I didn't get to see because it died too fast. So damage is definitely my middle name, my first name, and my surname on this character. Which is fun, actually. Being able to blow things up is definitely more fun than having to stand there and slowly whittle them down. Alright, let's just keep chewing through all of these ethereals. I see that star on the map there. That's our second meat wagon, or blood wagon. What are they actually called? Just wagons. Okay, cool. Well, that's that done. I do see the totem. It's going to be over here. Probably will end up missing that, or skipping it. Let's see if we can get back there for that third wagon. Is that where the third wagon is? See, I've gone and done things out of order now. There's the wagon. Okay. There's my 3 wagons. Okay, wagon's done. The other thing we have to do is we have to open the city gate so as the Black Legion can come in. And that means we need to kill... Is it Bolag? I think it's Bolag. Whatever his name is, we need to kill the big guy who's guarding the gate. So let's just go over here. And we'll share some damage with Old Mate over there. Goes, and obviously I want that Aether Shard because that is 3 dynamite just waiting to be crafted. Alright, how are we looking? Looking pretty good. Definitely didn't need to go out there, so we need to head back up this way. And then move across here. Do I go down here? No, no I do not. Let's get a few of these mages. And here we go. This is what I'm after. Alright, so we've made it to the front of the city. And now we need to open up the gates. So is his name Bolag? Yes, it is. Lovely. Alright, Bolag, Keeper of the Gates. Dead. Colossal Fortress, Eastern Gloves, all lovely stuff. Alright, gates are open, wagons are whacked, sorry. And let's go inside. Gotta obviously let Creed in. And that's the Candle District more or less done. I could go and get that totem, but yeah, no, I'm just not going to. How are we doing for reputation for important things? So Black Legion, this is going to get to revered pretty quickly. We are well past the point where I actually care about that. 77 over on Chaos, 27 over on Aether. Resistances is not really a problem at this point. Let's go ahead and sell all of this rubbish. And we'll eat the blueprints and such. Nico here has decided to live, which, yeah, whatever. Good for him, I guess. Alright, let's go ahead and retake the base in the Steelcap District. I'm going to turn the loot off, because this is a rift gate where we have to fight waves of enemies, and potentially the loot can kind of build up. So the resistance base is overrun with ethereals. It's no big deal. We put so much goop on the ground. All these guys are pretty much dead and they didn't even drag themselves out of the ground yet. So this is not going to be an issue here. Flesh Shaper, someone or other. Alright, that's it. They're all dead. Lovely. So we've got yet another piece of the Perdition set. That's probably... is that the whole set? I know I had a few pieces there. Alright, so gates are open. Let's pick up all of our quests here. And bank is still inside. That's fine. That's fine. Find the supplies. And I'm actually going to go ahead and do... am I going to do this quest? I think I will. Yeah, let's grab Yvonne's quest here. And we will find her note. I'll probably just give it back to her and collect the Exalted Stash. There is a way that you can both loot her stash and also get the good ending. But honestly, it's kind of a little bit too much effort for me. The time it takes to run out there and loot her stash, you could go and do multiple totems. So it's just kind of not worth the time it takes. But hey, if that's something you enjoy doing, then, you know, go ahead and do it. You have cleared out the base of enemies. We're still getting updates from that. Lovely. Okay, Rumor has reached max rank. That is awesome. Speaking of, we've still got... yep, good. There is entirely too much stuff in the way here. Having said that, we are almost to where we need to be. Now, this little dynamite here, this will blow up this wall so you can run through there. Now, I say this every time I get to this section. Whenever I don't blow that up, I end up wishing that I had. And whenever I do blow it up, I never use it. So I think this time I'm going to blow it up. Once we get to the other side. I'm going to blow it up and then never use it. I think that's the way to go. We do indeed also have the... I think this is the magical supplies, but whichever supplies it is here, we've got this. Picked up another Aether Cluster, which is good. Yeah, this is the arcane supplies, so we'll send those back to town, and we'll keep pushing. I'm trying to find something to to Shadow Strike to there. And they were all hugging the bottom wall, so I never actually moused over them. That's fine. What do we got here? We got Ethereal Sentinels. These are really good. You usually get, usually shards actually, but I've got 2 clusters out of these so far. Which, I'm a fan of clusters. Okay, don't forget old mate here. Vivian. We're going to send Vivian back to town. And then old mate here, Richter, we offered to send him and he's like, nah mate, I'm just going to die in the street. Not sure why you would want to die in the street when someone's offering to send you back to town. But hey, that's entirely up to him. And at this point, I do have to do my usual spiel here about this corner. This is potentially one of the most dangerous corners in the area. Or in the entire city, actually. So you've got stuff coming out of the ground, you've got stuff coming around the corner here. Potentially you have Fleshweaver Haraxis. You also have these mages coming down from up here, pouring out of the building. Haraxis is not here this time, which is nice. He does come with a whole bunch of friends. So fortunately for me this time, I don't have a huge horde of enemies coming. But that corner there can be quite dangerous. Seems like every time I mention that it's dangerous, it ends up not being dangerous. But hey, I'll take it. Alright, looking good. So, Haraxis is going to be just over here. Yep, there he is. Let's go ahead and give him the old Ill Omen. Reduce his damage by a decent amount. And then, kind of want to leave that area. There's a lot of Aether goop on the floor there. Then we come over here. We can clear out the docks. So this is, where is it? That one there, the Black Iron docks. We'll be back. We'll be back for that. But also, we have this detonation site here, which we're going to blow up. And there's an Exalted stash in here. Also, apparently, something just gave me a bunch of XP. Probably the quest for this. So, I think we have to go Mark of Torment. I really want to put more in Spectral Wrath. But I think it has to be Mark of Torment. It probably should take those points back as well, but... Nah, I'm not gonna. When I say I probably should, this is a hardcore character that is... honestly should be way squishier than it feels. So, when I say probably should, what I mean is absolutely definitely should. Please immediately stop and go put them back. But I'm not going to. Alright, we're just going to fight our way through these. And that's fine. And like I said, I am going to run down here, and I am going to dynamite the wall. Because every time I don't do it, I end up wishing I had. However, now that I have done it, 3 dynamite, I will never walk through that gap on this character. I guarantee you, I will never walk through that gap. There will not be a reason to go there. This lighthouse, there's no quests in there as far as I'm aware. I don't need to farm the Flesh Shaper who lives in there. I have no reason to go in there at all. So, that was kind of a waste of 3 dynamite. That's alright. Okay, so we've got Hiram. We'll send him back to his house, back to town. And I'm just going to walk up here. There is an Exalted stash up here, which I am going to collect. There's also Yvonne's little note there, which I've been thinking about it this whole way, and I am just going to give her the note, and I'm not going to go and raid her stash. I have done it in other playthroughs, and like I mentioned earlier, it's so much time to run out there. It's not worth it in my opinion. The loot itself is not even very good. If it had, you know, if it was guaranteed to give you a legendary or something like that, it might be worth doing. But as it stands, it's not worth the effort to run out there. Alright. I think I've had most of the Corruptors set in this episode, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I've definitely had the helmet and the chest. Maybe it's a sign. Sign saying, do a pet build, do a pet build. Okay, I'll take care of the vents, but first, I've got loot to fetch. So I did drop a rift back here. Normally I'll drop the rift kind of over here, and then run up the bridge. I kind of forgot this time, so it's a little bit late, but it's the same sort of idea. Drop a rift, run to the next actual rift gate, and then you can rift back to where you were. There's Yvonne's memory. Now that does open up the possibility of going to her stash and raiding it, but I've just had this discussion, so we're not doing that. Alright, that was our guaranteed Exalted stash just there. It's always in the same spot. It's there, it's easy to go collect, so there's really no reason not to. Let's do a bunch of quest checks here. Hiram... Where is Hiram? Probably... this guy? Yeah, that's him. Okay. Let's go ahead and read that. Nope. Yvonne's memory. Throw it on the floor if you've already read it. Now, like I said, I'm just going to give her her note back. Here it is. Return the note. And glad I could help. Now, next time I come back to town, there's going to be another stash here. And we can loot that. It's basically an Exalted stash from memory. But we will see. I don't know why that had its own separate pile. Anyway. More in physique, please. And, yep, already spent those. Okay, so what have we got? We've got the exhausts. We have assist Captain Wilfor. I think... What does he want us to do? Probably find Nadia. Okay. So we need to do one more thing here, which is find Nadia. Nadia's over here. Let's go and set Nadia free from the totally empty house that she could totally just walk out of whenever she likes. And there's nothing at all sus about this place. Having all of these ethereals within earshot of this building. Anyone up here, if you're talking, if you're making noise, they know you're here. Why aren't they fighting you? Why didn't they come up here and eat your face? I don't know. Anyhow, we're done there, so let's head over to Crown Hill. And we have got some vents to bash open. So I'm just gonna dive right in here. Keep Ill Omen cycling among these guys. They're all taking cold damage. They're all having their resistances shredded. We actually do a silly amount of damage. Alright, there we go. So vent number 1 has been destroyed. Let's get on our way here. Do want to check the Ethereal Vanguard reputation. It's going to be up here. Ethereal Vanguard, just above Hated. I do want to get the Eldritch peoples. Eldritch Horrors, I think they're called. I do want to get them to Nemesis, so as I can farm Kaisan. But that's going to have to probably wait for a little bit. I also need to kill Alchemos something like 50 times to get his rings. That's going to be fun. Alright, we've hit Revered with the Black Legion. which ordinarily I would be super hyped about. Unfortunately, it kind of doesn't matter at this point. We're well past the point where their augments are incredibly impressive. They're still useful for sure, but my resistances are more than under control. Which is good, I guess. It's a nice problem to have. I'm too strong. I don't need your stuff. It's definitely a good problem to have. Okay, I'm dropping a rift here. I will be back. We still have one more vent to kill after this one. So this one's dead. And we still have one more to go, which is fine. So we're going to go for a bit of a run here. Unfortunately, we have to run through all of these stairs, and anyone who's watched the channel for more than about 20 minutes knows I hate stairs. Pathfinding is one of my very few complaints about this game. And I say very few because this is easily one of my top 5 games of all time. But that doesn't mean it doesn't have a few issues. Alright, another Aether Cluster. We're up to 17 now. That is way more than I need. I really, really hope in Fangs of Astrakhan they add a recipe that will let you smash up Aether Clusters into... Even turning them into 1 to 3 Aether Crystals would be useful. I'm not really expecting that to happen, but it would be nice. Alright, we keep walking. We keep getting stuck on stairs. Because, you know, the scariest thing in Grim Dawn is definitely the stairs. Why can't I pick that up? Give me the XP. There we go. Also, these could be decent. They're more of an Aether pair of pants, but the Vitality, I guess, is completely useless as well. If I was more focusing on the Spectral Wrath side of things, I guess having Aether and Cold damage wouldn't be horrible. And then if we got our hands on the... I think it's Screams of Aether, is the ring that does Cold and Aether resistant shred. That could be good as well. Let's go ahead and pop this. Yeah, we'll turn the loot filter off. Definitely taking a beating here. Dropped a double rare. It's always good to see. Alright, what do we got? Iskandras. We got a bunch of stuff I don't really need, actually. Including this double rare. Plague Bearers of Conflagration. It's basically useless. It's kind of bad.
I can't do that yet.
Alright, where are we going? Are we going this way? I think we're going this way. This is definitely not the way I should have gone. That's alright. This'll work, it's just not ideal. So we'll come out back here. Now, I could run back this way, but it's about the same distance to just run this way, so that's what I'm gonna do. Killed most of the stuff on the way through here, so there's going to be very little that I can Shadow Strike to. Yeah, almost nothing. If not actually nothing. There's also a couple of lore notes in here, I think. No, must be maybe down here. There is definitely lore notes in this section, but that's fine. Alright, we'll save the Black Legion soldiers here. Alright, you guys can finish mopping that up. There's the rift gate that I never actually used. Usually what I tend to do is I get this and then I go back through here and I end up back at the rift gate and then rift over here and then we go in. That's not what happened this time. Not the end of the world. It's just a different way of doing it. Alright, so we're into the infestation here. And one of the things you can do with this section is actually let's show not tell. So I'll be right back, guys. Just hold that thought. Actually, do I have it on here already? I do. Okay. Oh, it's even on the hotbars. Right, so one thing you can do when you're running through here is you can kind of daisy chain these monsters. So you can get through this section really, really fast. 6 for that one, and then 1 over there, and then we can evade. And then you can just more or less daisy chain this from one to the next, back over here, use evade, run a little bit. And this is what I would do when I was farming Krieg's set. I had Blitz on the Death Knight, and then I also had another movement rune. I think I had the Blitz clone rather than the Shadow Strike clone. Either one would do the same job. And you can just chain Blitz or Shadow Strike your way through that entire section. It's really, really fast. If you're farming Krieg's set, I highly recommend doing it that way. Alright, we're gonna hug this left side. We will take care of Krieg since we're in the area. Krieg himself is behind this little ethereal barrier here. So let's go ahead and kill him. It's gonna make this painful. So somebody call an ambulance, but not for me, as the meme goes. Right, let's burn this place down. Close that. We've got some flesh-formed chests here. Is it just the one? I think it's just the one, isn't it? Yeah. Looks like it's just the one. That's fine. And then the next thing we need to do is slay the Guardians of the Sanctum of Flesh. So, the hardest part about slaying the Guardians of the Sanctum of Flesh is finding them. Now, I see that star on the map. That's actually the door. So, unfortunately... Oh, no it's not. It was Hagelvar. The door is slightly higher. Alright, awesome. So that's one of them. And now we can just walk around until we find the other guy. He's usually along this right side, or towards the middle. But honestly, it doesn't really make a big difference. As long as we find him and kill him, doesn't matter where he is. Killing more of these is just more reputation, more negative reputation. I don't think we need anything from Archmage Alexander, but the Nemesis monsters, since the 1.2.1 patch, are an incredibly good source of loot, which I learned from farming the Reaper. Also, there's some loot hidden in the walls here. Not really the most amazing thing. Right, so I think I have something for old mate here. Let's just head back to the Steelcap district. Because someone mentioned in a previous video, and my apologies for not being able to shout you out, whoever it was. Go ahead and let me know in the comments. But Hargate's formula here. Apparently you can give it to old mate here, trapped in the cell, and get a pet out of it, or I think it was a pet, I forget. Let's just see what he says here. I don't want to kill him. Why are you imprisoned? Continue. Why can't you just leave? Let's see what else we've got here. Why should I believe what you say? A traitor. Okay, yep, continue. Why can't you simply leave? Okay, let's let him go. Alright, that apparently didn't work. So I guess we'll just go give it to old mate in Devil's Crossing. Or maybe, yeah, Kasparov. What is it? Let's give it a try. Okay, Kasparov's crystal here. I'm getting tired of your experiments. Okay. Here is a crystal, which gives us this little pet thing here. It's going to follow us around. I'm probably just going to chuck it in the stash and more or less forget that it exists. But, there you go. Another little pet. 30 energy cost. 115 health, 100 energy. Does that actually... Hang on. It's got an ability on it. Let's bank these. So, can I put it on the hotbar here? Aether cluster is not it. No, it doesn't look like I can. I guess it's just the little crystal thing there. Okay. That's fine. We'll just chuck him in there. I don't know where my blade spirits went either. Alright, the other thing to check here, since we're in the area, is resistances. 27% over is going to be fine. 20% over on lightning as well. I have it in my head that Theoden does some lightning damage. Lightning is often paired with Aether, so I wouldn't be surprised, but I can't check. So those are decently overcapped. What other potions do I have available? Maybe I just use a cold damage potion. Let's see what's in the bank. Or I use Elixir of the Hunt. And Royal Jelly, sure. So this is an oil and an elixir. There we go. Lovely. Probably don't need that, if I'm being honest. But, you know, extra damage, extra health. It's not a horrible thing to have. Especially when you're going up against the ultimate version of a boss of one of the expansions. Did I end up finding the second guy? No, not yet. Wait. Slay the Guardians. That's not checked off yet, so I'm still missing whatever the R one is. Rodalga or something? Yeah, there he is. Alright, I'm going to turn the loot off, and let's see if we can't make our way over to Rodalga, the flesh collector here. There he goes. Ethereal mutagen, lovely, getting some rare crafting stuff here. Alright, we are done. Let's grab the Dissenter, why not? Nice little pistol, I think it is. Also, killing the Shaper of Flesh here, killing Theoden, is gonna get me a level, so we will be level 98. Alright, let's go in. So, old mate's got a lot of health. I'm not expecting to just blow him up and not have to dodge anything, but that may end up being what happens. We will see. It's certainly looking like that might be the case here. My arrogance will indeed be my end. But not today. Touch wood. Alright, his friends are showing up, and it kind of doesn't matter. Probably should go and take care of them. I'm gonna kill him first. We can clean up his friends while he's yelling at us or doing whatever it is he's doing. Alright, is he gonna even jump? Nope, he didn't even get to do his little jump. So, that's fine. We'll pick up the loot, and we will be on our way. Actually killed him fast enough that his voice lines were overlapping each other. Which doesn't normally happen. What have we got here? A belt with piercing stuff on it. Okay. Alright, that's it. We are officially done. There's a few more quests to do for Malmouth. We could go... Oh, he didn't actually give us the level. We could go and do the Black Iron Docks. Actually, we've got a bit of time. Let's go do the Black Iron Docks and the Council. I think I have enough reputation to do the Council. Where are we? Resistance, yeah, they're honored. Yep. Master of Flesh is no more, and we picked up the Mythical Soul Catcher. Which is not really what I wanted. We've also got Rivia here. What is it? Yep. Yep, I destroyed the factory. Thanks me. And I didn't pick up the... Here it is. This is Yvonne's gift. Do we get a blue out of this? How do we get a purple? Alright. So it's basically an exalted stash for giving her the note back.
I'll give you a good price on
Let's go ahead and just vendor all of this. +1 to Necro is good. This is more of a casting... Yeah, more of a vitality caster kind of thing. Alright, what do we got for weapon augments here? Let's just do a search for cold damage. We have got the slicer here, which, I mean, no. But it's not horrible. What do we got here? Night Steel Polish. That's got flat piercing damage. That's not really what I'm after. Alright, we'll leave that for now. And we'll just go and do the Black Iron Docks. The Black Iron Docks. Alright, let's put an extra point in there. We've got another point for physique. And what's the easiest way to get to the Black Iron Docks? I think it's going to be the Crown Hill Rift and just run backwards. That's at least sounding like a decent way of doing it, so let's just do that. So a bit of a run here, which is unfortunate. What's even more unfortunate is most of the stuff on the way is already dead. But not all of it. Aether Shard there, you love to see it. Vestments of Mourning. Should just leave that on the floor, honestly.
That skill's not ready.
Okay, we can just run past these guys. We don't need them. And if they're still with us when they get to the Black Legion, well, that problem will sort itself out pretty quickly. Nearly there. Just over here. Then we'll go kill the council, and then it's pretty much farming time at that point. So maybe we craft some skeleton keys and go kill Alchemos a bunch of times. What else have we got to do? We definitely need to get Nemesis with the Eldritch Horrors, because I want the Kaisan Amulet. That's going to be... I'm going to call it interesting. We will see just how interesting it is. So Kaisan drops 2 different amulets, which is annoying. But he drops 2 different amulets, and I want specific prefix and affix on it, or prefix and suffix. So I'm going to need to kill him a lot. I'm expecting 100+ kills to get the one I want. I may end up stopping a little bit early. We'll see what happens. Right, let's turn the loot off so I can see what's going on here. Hey, where's the arcane? There's almost always an arcane titan in here. Where is he? Is that him? No, he's vampiric. Here he is. Arcanus. Taking a break from StarCraft to come and play Grim Dawn instead. Alright, I think at this point we're done. Everyone appears to be dead. Deathrite handguards. Unfortunately, not the right gloves. Alright, and that is the Black Iron Docks done. So we can head back to... Why do I want to say her name is Corinia? Oh, because it is. How about that? Okay, we will deal with the council, no problems at all. Hiram's up and running now, he's a decent merchant. Any of these I don't already have? Probably not. Definitely need that though. Alright, and we've already cleared out a lot of this stuff here. So if we just head to the Crown Hill Rift, there will be a few things that I didn't kill in front of the council chambers. But basically we can just walk most of the way there without having to worry about, you know, all the mages and such in this area. Because they're all dead. These ones, however, are very much not dead yet. Not that much of this is particularly dangerous. turns out if you just murder everything, it's very hard to die from damage that you're not taking because everything's dead. This is a pretty good item here. +7 to summon Hellhound. Yeah, yeah. I have a much better version on my pet Kabbalist because I shopped it when they were still a good way of getting MIs. You can actually buy that monster infrequent item from Hiram, but recently kind of got nerfed, which is unfortunate because it doesn't exactly drop a lot, shall we say. Alright, let's head over the bridge here, and we'll go kill the council. There's a little bit more running to get there, but yeah, it's pretty much just time to kill the council. Not particularly expecting any issues with the council. They can be a little rippy. Their crystals, I think, are damage absorption and extra damage for them. They definitely get tankier when you get them low. You get a lot of damage absorption from memory. That's alright. Best way to get through damage absorption is to just do more damage. Alright, here we go. So, Alba and Rain, we'll get him low. And boom goes the dynamite. Draven, we'll leave Draven till last, why not? There we go. All your friends are dead, mate. Now it's your turn. Dead. Okay. Didn't drop his monster infrequent. He has a purple monster infrequent. Didn't drop it though. These crystals, these go off whenever any one of those three dies. It buffs all the monsters in the area, so all these crystals and such, just kind of making these things tankier, and I think it gives them extra damage as well, but it might just be damage absorption or something. Anyway, we've got some loot here, the Glyph of the Storm Witch, okay. Nothing too amazing there. Glyph of the Storm Witch, obviously lightning stuff, lightning and aether there. Alright. And that's it, that is the Malmouth expansion complete. I don't think I missed any of the quests, but let's just go turn this in. And that's going to be the end of the episode once I've turned this in. Got some purple loot to collect. Forget it, what do we get? Band of the Eternal Pyre. So if you ever want to convert lightning and cold damage to fire, this is one way to do it. It's not a way that I'm going to be doing it though. Right, so yeah, if you just look here, you can get Flesh Warped it's Archive, isn't it? The pet one? Yeah, the Flesh Warped Archive. You can shop from Hiram and just reset him, go away, count to 10, rift back. He'll have new stuff. It's incredibly boring. But it was the best way to get that particular monster infrequent in the past. I don't think it is anymore, but I haven't tested it. Regardless though, that's going to be the end of this episode, so I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, where I think we're going to be farming some rings, but we'll see what happens. Either way, bye for now.